Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm just doing a quick video to create my introduction pages to the month of April. And so basically what I do is I use a calendar from the Susan Branch. I ordered this little mini calendar from her, and I'm using that as um, at a basically at a glance type calendar at the beginning of my journal pages. And sometimes I go in there and fill in addresses and I mean not addresses, anniversaries, birthdays, and events like that I will put onto the calendar. So another thing that I have really handy with me is this notebook that you just saw with the page protectors, and this is something that I put a lot of my printables in, and I keep my print out for the month for the stickers that I use that are part of the BBG kit stickers that I have in my shop. I actually started using these at the beginning of the year because I wanted to kind of have a um, some kind of repetition in my monthly journaling, and so this is actually I call them my big brave girls, and that was the girl there with the umbrella, and I just create stickers for each month, and I've been using those as part of my introduction page. So this is a napkin that I'm putting down into my journal. I love adding napkins into my journal. I think it's just because it's a different texture and it actually creates like a softness to the pages. And not only that, but there are so many beautiful napkins out there. So I love adding those to my journaling. And what all I do is I tear off that top layer so that when I do put down my glue, that top layer is stuck to the actual page. When I first started using napkins in my journal, I would put down the glue and then put the whole napkin on top. Well, then that top layer would come off because it's not actually glued onto the page. So I just tear off those other ply layers that are part of that napkin and just use the front. So I use my brayer to soothe down any kind of lumps or bumps or air bubbles that might be in there. And that is the key that I like to make sure is I have enough glue around the edges so that the napkin doesn't come up on those edges. And here I'm just kind of trimming down the rest of the napkin pages and yeah, gluing making sure that there's any edges that need gluing, I'm adding those. Um, for the page turner, when I'm using some washi, just to um, make sure that when I am turning those pages, the napkin doesn't come up either. So I'm just kind of adding some of my favorite washi. It's like a rose with rose gold foil on it. Um, so yeah, so I'm just kind of adding that onto my pages so that the napkin doesn't come undone along with the other pages. Um, so the next step I'm doing, I think I've mentioned this in my other video, I'm really liking this wider washi. And this is basically some that I ordered off Amazon. It was a set of green, different types of washi. So, um, but I do love the wide strips. In fact, I plan to add some to my stash, but I'm sure as we all have lots of washi in our stash. But yeah, I like to use those for the center of the journal to kind of keep that in place and add a little bit of cuteness to that seam. So this is, I've mentioned this in my other videos, this is one of my favorite packs of paper. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, and it's antique, antique quality, and can't ever say it, but um, I just love this, and this one is very seasonal, so it has about 3 different pieces of double-sided cardstock that one has like vintage images on it. Um, one is like this one I'm using here where it kind of goes with the theme for the month, and so yeah, I really love this paper, but um, and I try to use it because it is a seasonal type thing, and so I do try to use some of the images that are in there. So what I'm doing on this page is I'm creating a pocket, and it's going to be open from the side there, and I'm just going to kind of create typically, what I've done in some of my journals past is in my introduction page, I end up actually taking up like, I would say, I think the last two journals I took up 4 pages to do my introduction. So I would have my BBG girl, I'd have my on one page, and then I'd have my calendar, and then on the next page I would have like my goals, and I don't know what I would have on the other ones, but it seems like I was taking up quite a bit of pages. So I thought with this one I would make like a little pocket here, where I can kind of I can just have like a little pull-out card where I can kind of write my goals down on there. So I'm just kind of changing things up a bit, and where I'm using one layout instead of several pages to create my introduction. I'm just kind of cutting down this calendar a little bit so that it fits better onto the napkin page, um, and then that way it fits pretty much better than what it was with that other edging. It was just kind of overlapping, so just wanted to trim down that a bit. So yeah, so I'm just kind of gonna add that on there, and going back to the pocket. Basically, what I wanted to do was uh, kind of create a pullout that has like some goals. This month I didn't overset goals, and you'll see in just a moment. Um, this is when I realized that my sticker didn't cut all the way through, so I don't know if I didn't cut it right. So yeah, so I decided better print out another one and see it. On that note, you guys, if you ever get any stickers from me that do not work, please notify me as soon as possible, and I will fix them for you, because there's nothing more frustrating than to buy stickers and they don't work. But sometimes I try to check all mine before I send them, but sometimes I get so busy and I print and cut so many that sometimes some slip by me. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're ever not satisfied with your stickers, please let me know. um, but anyway, going back to goal setting for this month, I really have my Camp Wonderland that's going to be taking up all of my time. I want to make sure everything is perfect for that event, and so although I do put other things on my goal, that is my top priority this month, is to make sure that I get everything I need done and accomplished, and that it turns out to be just as it sounds wonderful. So I decided right here that I couldn't go with my cut edge, so I went and cut it with the paper cutter. I was like, okay. Typically, I'm okay with not having the perfect edge, but for this particular project, I uh, I wanted that straight edge on that insert. So yeah, so I'm just going to add a little rainbow pull on there, where I can just kind of pull it out and see my goals and what I have going on. So yeah, doesn't that turn cute how it just slides out there, and you can make a really quick little pocket there. Um, and now I'm just going to be adding some stickers to my BBG girl. I love that sticker with the, believe it or not, I designed that or painted that years ago, and I found it in my file when I was creating some stickers, and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I've never used that on a sticker. So I love that. And that's also those those pink flowers are also a favorite. Um, Actually, a lot of these flowers are that, and there's some that I had painted many moons ago and just kind of had forgotten about them. So it's always fun to go back and see um, things that you've painted and that you haven't used or um, created stickers with. So yeah, I'm just kind of adding those to my page, and then now I'm going to go ahead and start decorating up my goal page. And I also have these die cuts. These are from the magical kit. I think it was last summer's kit. And if you saw my flip through I guess I just posted it yesterday. I kind of had an off month in February, and so I really am going to make it a point to be more aware of my thoughts, and I want to have a great week, a great month. And it's been great. Don't get me wrong. I think I just, like I said, I think I just had an off month here and there. But I just kind of was wanting to make sure I remind myself to, don't take things so seriously. So yeah, so I'm just kind of, and I am too busy, you guys, to take things too seriously. So I'm going to take a moment here and just and go offline and write in my goals, so that way I have my markers and my pens and pen in front of me, and I can um, be able to sit down and write those out and really think. Okay, so I'm back. See how cute it is? Oh yeah, and there's a vision board idea that I have that's coming up. It's for a camp that I'm doing this summer, a virtual camp, and stay tuned for information. But I'm going to be creating a vision board for that. I saw an article in a magazine that talks about anytime you have a big project coming up to create a vision board. So I'm going to be doing that. And there's my message to myself. Never forget that, I think it says that you're totally awesome or something to that effect. So, yeah, it's just like taking a moment and just making sure life is magical, just kind of putting little reminders there. And I'll come back in and fill in my dates and things like that. I just wanted to pop on real quick and get my April spread done. And I thought, why not film it? All right, you guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.